is another big one that's kind of important. The Korean Space Agency have accelerated the domestic launch system to cut reliance on foreign rockets. Does this sound familiar to you in any way?
How many times have we said?
Is the word sovereign echoing in your head? Wow,
right,
wow, wow.
Right, right. And reminding people that's not like deep in the weeds here. The Korean Space Agency is only 4 years old. It came online in 2021, I think, maybe 2022, something like.
But but they're already making a very significant policy decision that's going to affect everything they do from now on.
Yep.
Now so far we've reported on this a dozen times.
Yeah.
Different countries want to increase their sovereign capability.
Yep.
It takes a while for these things to filter through the system before they start actually affecting domestic sales here in the US.
Right.
But that's the road they're heading toward, and that's probably something we should track. If there's any pain at all, when do we expect it to hit, and what's that going to do?
We're flying on an InnoSpace rocket in November for the world's first dedicated space elevator test. Okay. And that thing is flying out of Brazil because they cannot fly it at home. So I think that's a thing that's going to have to be dealt with. It's a Korean launcher. Not a terrific track record. Pretty worried about this.
Okay.
But cheap is cheap, and that's the risk we're paying. But so when they start launching from their own soil and build a dedicated spaceport, that's when they're really going to start being able to claim sovereignty. Yeah. So pretty neat. Build your own rocket. Build your own spaceport. Go into the world. I'm excited about it.
And so the question is, does it negatively impact total sales of launch sales in the US in the future? Does the curve go down at all? Or does the curve continue to go up, but just not as quickly?
So
it's a shallower curve, upward curve.
Yeah. So there's a thing, and I'm gonna get the name wrong. Joseph's paradox. It's from the 1870s, 1850s. An economist came up with the idea that the cheaper a commodity gets, the more utility it gets. And while the unit price is lower, the total volume is higher. And so they applied that to coal. Coal got cheap, but more coal got used. And that is true for railroad transportation. It's true for cars. It's true for data centers and data. Like this paradox, I wish I could remember the name. I don't know if anybody wants to look this thing up. Joseph's paradox, whatever it is. And I think rocketry, this is a belief, not a fact, but I think rocketry is going to fall into that paradox, that the unit price will go down, but the
volume will go up.
Right?
Yep.
And we saw that with SpaceX, and when Blue and Rocket Lab and Relativity and Firefly, and those are the American ones, and then the European ones, and then the Asian ones.
We've been seeing this all our lives because that paradox goes hand in hand with Moore's law.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
Which had the same effect.
It's pretty neat. Dallas is smiling because it's his guy who told me that. I did not know that word.
Okay.